Hi everyone, it's Matt, and I'm happy to be back with you on the Cornerstone Connection after Thanksgiving. Hopefully you all enjoyed your holiday and had some good times with family and enjoyed some good food. Well, today as we jump into the Gospel of Luke, we're going to be going to chapter 18. But before we get there, I wonder, while you were gathered around the table this past weekend or just gathering with family and friends in some other form and fashion, I wonder if anybody just started telling a story around the table or while you were out shopping, and they kept telling the story and kept going on, and you began to wonder, first, when are they going to be done? But secondly, why are you telling me this story? What is the point, right? Why are you telling me this? You ever been there? I've been there plenty of times, and I'm sure I've been the storyteller at times. Well, I bring that up because sometimes we see in the Gospels that when Jesus would tell these parables, when he'd tell these, what I've heard defined as these earthly stories with heavenly meaning, when he would tell these parables, it lost a lot of people. They'd get confused. They'd wonder what he meant by what he was saying. And I love today, as we jump into Luke 18, that before Jesus starts telling the story, Luke, the writer, tells us why he told that story, what he wanted his listeners to get out of that parable. And so we're going to hear that right away in Luke chapter 18, starting in verse 1, and I'm going to read through verse 8. Join me there. It says, "Then Jesus told his disciples a parable to show them that they should always pray and not give up." So there's the why, and now comes the what. We usually talk about what's the why behind the what? Well, we just got the why before the what, okay? So the point in Jesus' parable here is that those who are listening, and that includes us today, that we should continue to pray, continue to talk to God, and not give up. Don't give up, right? Here we go. Verse 2, Jesus said, "In a certain town there was a judge who neither feared God nor cared about men." Other texts say, nor respected men. So what we would say is this was a harsh guy. This was a harsh dude, and he was concerned about three people: me, myself, and I. He didn't worry about God. He didn't respect or care about people. Verse 3, "And there was a widow in that town who kept coming to him with the plea, 'Grant me justice against my adversary, against my enemy.'" Verse 4, "For some time the judge refused, but finally he said to himself, 'Even though I don't fear God or care about men, yet because this widow keeps bothering me, I will see that she gets justice, so that she won't eventually wear me out with her coming.'" So Jesus paints this picture of this really unkind judge who doesn't fear God, who doesn't respect people, and yet he's willing to give this poor widow what she wants because he just doesn't want to hear her voice anymore. He doesn't want to hear her knocking anymore. He doesn't want to hear her pleading, her begging anymore. Verse 6, Jesus goes on, "Listen to what the unjust judge says. And will not God bring about justice for his chosen ones who cry out to him day and night? Will he keep putting them off? I tell you, he will see that they get justice, and quickly." So Jesus wants us to see God for who he is. He wants us to realize, okay, I've painted this picture of this unjust, unkind judge. And then he talks about God. And it's this compare and contrast. And he's saying, hey, this is who this judge is in the story. Now let's consider who God is. He's not one who doesn't care about people. He's quite the opposite. He has cared about his people since the beginning of time, since before he laid the foundations of the world. He's cared about his people. He's cared about his creation. And he wants them to have justice. He wants them to experience the goodness of life and for life to be fair. But sometimes it takes time. Sometimes it does take time. And yes, he wants to answer speedily. But do you know what he wants more than anything? He wants us to trust him. That's what Jesus is saying here. He wants you to trust him. So keep praying, keep knocking, keep talking to him each day, keep putting your requests before him. Keep coming to God. He delights in your presence. He delights in you coming to him, in trusting him for the things that you care about in your life. And he also wants you to trust him with his answer. So friends, whatever you have going on in life, whatever cares and concerns, worries and anxieties you're carrying these days, God is saying, keep coming to me, keep coming to me, keep coming to me. I am not an unjust God. I'm a good and loving, slow to anger Heavenly Father who wants what is good for you, but even more than that, he wants what will glorify him. And that ultimately is good for you and me. Friends, have a great day, and we'll see you next time on the Cornerstone Connection.